I have a very important message for you today. It is to attack your problems one-on-one, one at a time, mano a mano. And I say this for a multitude of reasons. A lot of people online talk about all the things that you need to improve, but they don't tell you how to improve them. Like a book, for example, it just gives you so much information, like just so much that you can't even like really do anything with it. You know, it's very overwhelming. A lot of books have so much great information, but it's just too overwhelming. Like you don't know what to do with it because it's just so much. Like you're just throwing everything you know at me into a book, and that's valuable, of course, but it's like, bruh, like I'm just trying to fix this one thing. Like I'm just trying to learn how to finish books. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to read books, you know, and like I don't know how to start businesses and start finances or whatever. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you're supposed to accomplish your goals and improve your life. And the way you do that is to attack your problems one-on-one. And so what does this mean? This means that there's a lot of areas in life that you need to improve, right? Life is very complex. We are sentient human beings. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of elements to life. And so therefore, there's a lot of things to improve in life. Most likely, if you're watching this, you're like me. And if you're like me, then at a young age, you really didn't have a whole lot in a high level. You didn't really have a lot of areas in your life at a high level, at a respectable level that you want. So you need to improve them. You need to improve these areas. The big areas that I found in self-improvement are as follows: mental health, fitness, business/career, social life, and sleep. But like those are the big four: mental health, fitness, career, social life. Those to me are like the big four, like the big four monumental umbrellas of self-improvement, Mount Rushmore of self-improvement areas. You don't want to attack all of them at the same time. You can kind of maintain and try to subtly improve all of them. But the most effective way to do it, as with anything, is just to focus on one part and get that really good and solid, and then start focusing on the other thing. And I say that you need to focus on one umbrella at a time because even one umbrella, there's so many layers and so many little smaller parts of each one that you have to attack each one of those individually. You can't even attack the entire umbrella of fitness, for example, altogether. You have to attack the small little parts of fitness. Okay, because you haven't even gotten to that part yet. You have to first work on your diet, right? You have to get your diet in check. That's like the first thing. There's so many things that come with that. You have to figure out what works for you. You have to figure out what calories are even good, how many calories is too high, too low. You have to figure out what protein is. You have to figure out what carbs, fats, all that stuff is. You have to figure out all these little parts, and then you have to figure out how much of each portion size you want and stuff like that, right? And then you have to get into the gym. You have to focus on first even developing the habit of getting in the gym consistently. You have to develop that because that's not going to come easy. So you have to get that in check. And then once you start getting in the gym, you have to actually figure out the workouts that you're going to do and the workouts that you want to complete, like the body parts that you want to improve. And then you got to figure out how to do those. You got to figure out which machines operate those muscles. You have to figure out the proper form to do. You know what I'm saying? There's so much in each little thing that you have to attack each one individually. You have to attack each one at a time. And so literally each little part of that requires individual attention, at least for a few days or weeks or whatever. A lot of those can be quickly figured out, but the problem is that it's hard to be consistent in all those. That's why I say you have to focus on one, because it's a lot easier to stay consistent if that's your main focus. If your main focus is, I'm going to get in the gym every single day, even if I don't even work out, even if I don't know what I'm doing in there, as long as I set the intention and I set the habit of getting in the gym every day, then I can work from there. I literally did this myself, bro. This was like mid last year, bro. I said, I am going to the gym no matter what. There were days that I didn't even do shit. There were days that I got in there, I literally just kind of lifted some dumbbells and just kind of left, you know, but the point is that I have to at least get to the gym. And there were points way after that I was still setting the habit up, because it took me a few months to really set this habit firmly in my life. And so there were moments, even months after the fact, that I had already been lifting and making some progress, but I still was like, man, I don't feel like doing this shit. And so I literally had to just go there and literally just walk out, at least just getting there. Because once you get there, you're going to do something anyway. It's very rarely that you're just gonna get there and walk out. But I've done that before too. And I'm gonna tell you, the reason that I found all this out, the reason that I know that this is the way to go is because this is exactly how I did it. This is exactly how I did it, bro. You gotta focus on, my first thing was fitness. I think that fitness is the first thing that you should be working on, and that'll kind of compound into everything else, because fitness for me, it helped me establish my discipline that compounded into other areas of my life, like this YouTube stuff, just the body and the confidence and stuff that helps. Being in the gym culture, knowing how to work out, knowing how to keep your body in shape, knowing how to gain weight, lose weight with intention, and not just leaving it up to the whims of whatever you're eating and stuff. You can be very intentional with it. And so fitness helped me be all that kind of stuff. It helped me with so much stuff in my life. And so that, I believe, is the first thing that you should work on, because it's the easiest. And I say that because it is the most tangible right off the bat. And so that's what I did. And so I think that fitness is the first thing that you should work out. I consider myself to have fitness down pat, basically. So I can work on other things like this YouTube stuff. I don't work out all the time every single day. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't work out like I used to, you know, like I haven't worked out in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I still look fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point. When I started off with fitness, you know, it took me a long time to get it in my habits and get it really fully ingrained into my life. But at this point, it's fully ingrained into my life now. And I already have a good physique, and I've already, you know, hit a bunch of milestones. And so I can kind of put that to the back burner and work on my productivity, my creativity, my consistency, my discipline, and stuff like that with the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I worked on that first, which set the background and the foundation for other things like this. And it set the foundation for not only my diet, but it also for my confidence and a whole bunch of stuff, right? And so the fitness was a big element that catapulted my ability to do other things, to attack other umbrellas of self-improvement. And once I got to that point in fitness, I already know enough to where I can maintain it now. I don't have to go super crazy. Like when I was first developing it and really getting my physique where I wanted it to be, I was going to the gym like 6-7 times a week. I was going super hard every day. And once you get past that point, you don't have to go super hard every single day. Like, you just don't have to, because you already look good, you already feel good, you're already strong. And so once you learn enough to be able to maintain it, that's when you start doing another thing. That's the important part, because you can do something super heavily, like going to the gym 6 times a week and going super hard every day. You can do stuff like that. You can do that in order to up the skill, in order to improve it, but that's not sustainable more likely than not. And so you want to get to the point where you're already sufficient enough to where you can just maintain it at that point, and you'll still be doing good, and you're still higher than those people, and you can still make small amounts of progress. At this point, I don't really do a whole bunch of super heavy lifts or stuff. I probably do those maybe about 1 or 2 times a week, but other times I'm literally just like doing pull-ups in my backyard. I'm just doing push-ups. I'm just running around and just being active and stuff like that. It's not even about just lifting heavy anymore. But I had to get to a point where I can make significant progress, because I had to learn how to do it. I had to make mistakes in building my physique and building my fitness and getting my diet right and stuff like that. I had to make a lot of mistakes like that in order to know what to do to maintain it. And the reason I'm saying that you shouldn't be doing it both at once is because just doing one, getting proficient at it and getting to that maintenance level takes a lot longer than I'm making it seem. I'm making it seem like it was quick and easy, but it takes a long time. It takes a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of different methods and stuff that you try in order to get to that point. And so it takes your full attention. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you can't just do 3 or 4 of these at once and be good at it. There's no way. You would probably be worse than someone like me at it, because I've gotten to the full extent and then maintain it, and then get to the full extent of this one and then maintain it. Well, you're trying to build up each little thing so small. It's just like with anything in life, bro. Like, you have to focus on certain things. Like NBA players, like LeBron James, he has so much shit going on. He has billions of dollars in his net worth. He has a family, he has wife and kids, and he has so many businesses and all this kind of stuff, right? He has millions and millions and millions of fans of watching his every move and all that. But when it's time for that game, when it's time for the NBA Finals, that's all he's thinking about. That's all he cares about. He's not caring about nothing else, okay? Because life takes prioritization. You have to do certain things right now. Certain things require all your attention right now. And then you can get that out the way and do something else. It's not about trying to do everything at once and try to get this up and this up and this and this. No. You got to do one thing at a time. And I personally suggest that you focus on the money last, because there's a lot of bad habits that you can have. Especially if you're watching this channel, this is aimed for young guys who really don't have much going on for themselves right this second. And so you probably have some bad habits. And so you have to not only delete the bad habits, but you have to develop good habits. Okay, so that takes a long, long time to do. So you can't just do it all at once. And so that's why I say just attack each thing 1v1, bro. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.